Mark, you've been to one of the biggest slums in the world in India. Can you describe that for me?
Yeah, look, it's a place called Dharavi. It's got a population of about 1 million people, all crammed into an area about twice the size of Melbourne's Albert Park Lake. It's a seriously crowded place.
What does a place like that look, smell, feel like?
I guess the first thing you notice when you go to a big slum is it's chaotic. There's broken bits of tin and blue tarpaulins all over the place, and streets that go in directions you don't expect them to go in, sometimes so narrow that two people can't walk down at the same time. And depending where you are, it can smell horrible or it can smell like cooking.
What stood out for you the most, though?
We were in this school, and I was looking around, lots of little boys and little girls, lots of teenage boys, but there were no teenage girls in the school. And I asked my friends who'd taken me there what was going on. They said, well, they've all dropped out because the school has no toilets. The implications for adolescent girls are pretty catastrophic. Once they get to that age when they're having their period, if they need to go to school and they got their period at the same time, if there's no toilet, they're kind of stuck. And so they give up on education. It ends up being a time of lost opportunity for girls in India and many other countries in the developing world that face the same kinds of problems.
What was different for you that you thought, you know what, I'm actually going to make a change here?
Well, the first thing is my own daughter was about 13 at the time. So it was really personal for me because she was moving on into secondary school and looking ahead to an exciting future, university and so on. And I couldn't help but imagine what it would be like for her. I started talking about it first, telling people the story that you're hearing now, and then from that it started sort of snowballing, and then before I knew it we were building toilets in schools. First it's one toilet in a school with 15 kids, and 15 toilets in a school with 500 kids, and then 5,000 kids in the next project. And this has started 12 years ago, and we've reached nearly 200,000 kids since then. It's just...
How does one man do this? What did you do to actually get this impact?
Look, I like talking. I like telling this story. It keeps me awake at night. It keeps me energetic during the day. And I found people to talk to who are ready to listen and ready to support what I wanted to do. And I joined a Rotary Club in Melbourne, which happened to be just the right club with the energy to go out and make changes that needed to be made.
No doubt you will have experienced a young girl who was a local experiencing the facilities for the first time. Have you got any memories that are close to your heart?
I have. Yeah, it's a very emotional day. In fact, we'd just completed a project in a school of 3,000 kids, and the previous toilets that they had there were horrendous. They wouldn't let me in on one occasion because there were too many snakes in the building, and yet the girls were going in and out using it as a toilet. And when we opened these new toilets, we'd come back to have a look 6 months after to see if they were still in good condition. And as we're leaving the school grounds, two girls about 15 years old came running up and stood between us and the school gates, and one of them bent down to touch my feet, which is that's a sign of respect in India, and I never really liked it. I sort of lifted her up, said, no need to do that, and she said, sir, we wanted you to know you've changed our lives with these toilets. Yeah, I still get quite emotional thinking about that day.